Hello B team, I hope that you're doing alright in these strange times that we're living in. I'm just here to show you a little demo, go over some of the techniques that we've already learned, you know, maybe brush up on a few techniques so you can watch at home. If you have like access to decks or anything, maybe you could try them out and just like, you know, keep the movements fresh and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to go over some basic scratching, and then I'll get more advanced as the video goes on. So, you know, the first one that we all learn, I'll jump straight into it, is like the baby scratch. So we all know how to do this, but I'll just go over it and, you know, throw a few little other details in there as well. So it's just basically moving a sample or sound forward and back and creating different rhythms and patterns. And we can release it too. There's other ways that we can do this to create different pitches. By moving it like really short and quick, we can get like a fast, high pitch sound. By moving it long, we can get a slower, deeper sound. And you can do like combos of these two movements together. So you can do like a short one, short fast one, and a long one. Or you could go, you know, do the opposite thing. You can go slow, long, and then short. Yeah. You can do like scribbles. So it's basically you're doing a baby scratch, but you're just like doing that a couple of times, but close together. The way I achieve that sound is by like kind of flicking my wrist like this. So you can combine that with like some regular baby scratches. Yeah, that's also known as the Joe Cooley scratch, because a guy from I think it was LA or somewhere, he come up with that pattern, and his DJ name was Joe Cooley. Yeah, a little bit of history there for you. Okay, so you know, as a progression from the baby scratch, we can use a crossfader, and I'm just gonna jump straight into the chirps. Excuse me. So basically what a chirp is, it's like a more defined baby scratch. Yeah, so we do a baby scratch, and if we apply the fader to it, it just like makes it more sharper, and it just makes it more clean. Can you hear the difference? Without, with. Yeah, it just like cleans it up a little bit. So how we do this, we start with the fader open, and you know, if it's in regular, we have it open, and as we move the record forward, we quickly turn off the fader, like that, and as we open it, as we open the fader, we pull the record back to its original point. Yeah, so we'll do it again. Yeah, so that's your chirp scratch. We covered transforming. So basically what transforming is just chopping the sound into little pieces. So we need to have the sound moving, the record, the platter moving and the sound on. So we release the sound, grab it and pull it back. Yeah. Now if we add some fader clicks with this, we can get a more of a stuttered sound. So it sounds like this. Yeah. Now that was just forward. If I pull the record back and keep clicking on the fader, I get a different sound. The way I'm doing that on the fader is I'm using my thumb as a spring and I'm just like tapping with my middle finger like this. Another way of doing it is like actually pinching the fader with your finger and thumb and just like kind of moving your wrist like this in this motion. So I'll do it that way. When I'm doing that, excuse me, I kind of like have my hand and wrist in this position, yeah, rather than like that. It can be done like that, but you get more movement this way. It's a bit more cleaner that way. That's just what I find anyway. We was doing crabs as well, so it's quite similar to the transform, but we're using all of our fingers on the fader. Yeah, so like the transform, we used our thumb as a spring and just tap with our middle finger. With a crab, we can use all four of our fingers by snapping them individually against a fader, from your little finger all the way to your pointer finger. So you get like this motion. So you could do it with 4 clicks or 3 clicks, or you could do it with 2. When it's done with 2, it's actually called a twiddle. I'm going to show you with 4 clicks. Also, I'm just like moving the record forward and back every time I brush my fingers against the crossfader and with the record. Yeah, and then on the way back. Yeah, so that's a crab scratch. That takes a little bit of practice, but if you just like, you know, if you have access to, you know, a mixer or anything with a switch, excuse me, and you just like do that for a little while, you know, 10 minutes a day or something, your fingers and your hands will get used to that motion, you know, and then you can apply that to your, you know, to your vinyl manipulation and create that sound. The crab scratch. Okay, I'm going to show you some faderless scratches. We can do some scratches that don't really need the fader, but we can achieve a similar sound. So like the transformer scratch, where we release a record and we tap the fader a couple of times. We can do that exact same sound, but without using the fader, just by using our hand and stopping the record in certain parts by releasing it and just catching it. Yeah. These are called bubble taps or taps. Let's try that again. You can put like different pauses. Yeah. And you can create your own different patterns and rhythms with it and create like different sounds. We can also do a technique called a snake, which is quite similar. How we do this, we use our finger and thumb. We hold it like this, and it's like we're drawing on the record kind of thing. It's a little bit different from the bubble tap. It's more of a, you know, more of a stuttered sound. It looks cool though. But yeah, so basically just like doing this on the record. I don't apply too much pressure, just enough to let the record glide against my finger and thumb. So I'll do it again. Yeah, that's called a snake scratch. Another technique that we can do is called a drill scratch, and basically that is just a really fast baby scratch, and using a very small part of the record, so like maybe that much. And basically what you do, you just like tense, you know, your fingers and your forearm, and you're just moving the record forward and back, but really quick. And you know, if you have a mixer with a filter on it, you can get some cool sounds by moving the filter to the high pass and the low pass. So it sounds like this. I'll do it with the high pass. Now with the low pass. You can even do it with the volumes too. You can fade it in and out. Yeah. So I hope that was helpful. Stay safe, stay sensible in these crazy times, and hopefully I'll see you for a lesson in Leeds very soon. Peace.